Hi everyone, here we are at the 2018 Spring International Quilt Market, and it is opened. Lots of people, lots of shops shopping here. All the booths are set up. It all looks fantastic. So we're going to bring you along with us. Hi everyone, I am here for the first day of the Spring Quilt Market with Dawn from So Cherished out of Branson, Missouri. And these are all of her designs, correct?
That's correct, yes.
And so, do you have a shop in Branson? Or?
I am in the middle of opening up a shop in Reed Spring, Missouri, which is just outside of Branson.
Oh, great! And so, obviously, this is wool.
Yes,
I love
all
wool.
hand-dyed wool.
Yeah, my personal blog is woolymammoth.blogspot.com because I like wool. So that whole group that follows me, likes wool. So, what's your newest designs?
That would be my Simply Sheep series.
And look at how cute these are on these metal hangers.
And the thing I like most about these hangers is that you put them on with the clips.
Yes!
So that you don't have to make a sleeve on the back.
Yay! Yay! No sleeve.
Yeah.
And where do you get
clips.
the?
Well, those are Ackfeld frames. I designed those with Peggy Ackfeld. They're here at the show as well.
Okay.
And yeah, I just thought that they were such a great design.
And so, how do you spell that?
Ackfeld is A-C-K-F-E-L-D.
F-E-L-D. Okay.
Yeah.
And so people.
And I know that they're just over in the 1500 block.
Okay.
Or 1500 aisle at the very end of the row.
So, just to get a closer look, you have to see, this is a metal cutout frame, and it has clips. So all these things that we love to make just get clipped on there. So easy to hang up. You don't have to sew anything. I love that.
I do.
I love that.
I sell the tins, but
and this
also
wool is gorgeous. So,
Creative Co-op.
So Cherished in Branson, Missouri.
Is Checkers is carrying different sources.
Let's try to do something.
And just say, this is what we're from the browser.
It's just. Hi, we're at the next booth. This is Fiberworks from Billings, Montana. We actually had intended on the last Quilt Roadie trip to get through there, and so this is the closest we've gotten. And we are here with Alan and Laura, and she's going to tell us what her latest designs are.
Okay, my latest design is the pink Cadillac here.
Oh. See that blue
pattern-
truck was...
Yeah, the blue truck, everybody loved the blue truck. But patterns will be available in June as well as kits. But everything in my booth is new since Quilt Market. I also do a selfie or self-portrait workshop.
So people bring their own photograph.
Yes, and I do the work on the photograph, get it ready for class, and they make themselves in a couple of days.
That is
But yeah, it's all about collage here.
How did you get started?
I have been in the industry for about 30 years, and I think this is just a conglomeration of everything that I've done. I used to do watercolor quilts a lot, and I think that's where I learned the most about color and value way back in the watercolor quilt days.
Yeah.
But basically, it's the same as doing a watercolor quilt, except you're actually cutting a motif instead of actually piecing together. None of my quilts in here are pieced. They're all collaged, even the backgrounds.
And you know, in our travels, the first place we saw these quilts was in the, I forget that town in the Midwest, but we stopped there.
Yeah, they're everywhere now.
Yes,
It's
and they
very
had
popular
a lot,
now.
and this was about 2 years ago. And from that point, I bought my first kit there. From that point, anytime I've seen a display with the patterns, I tell that shop owner, if you kit that, you'll sell this whole display.
Exactly.
Because it's really hard for us who are just worker bees to figure it all out, but give us the fabric and a kit and we could do it.
I do have kits here, my original kits, and I brought them for shop owners so that they can see how to package them.
That's a great
Yeah.
idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, we're onward to the next spot.
They're retail. They're not wholesale.
So you're guessing whoever is the first person who can accurately. Here we are at Reed's Rags to Stitches with Rita and Janet's mom, Sally. Sally. Hi, Janet. Hi, Janet. We're spending lots of money without you. Hope you're having a good time. So
I think we're having a better time.
I think so too.
Yes.
So Rita, what's new? What's new?
A whole lot this time.
Oh, wow.
So my favorite new one is the Little Monsters, which is a kids activity bag.
That looks like what's that? Hero Writer. It reminds me of the monsters in his.
Oh, that Little Monster book. Okay.
Race in there.
Yes. Okay. I didn't even think of that. But you can put the little activity books and markers and their reading books. And then there's a little monster that tucks in the back.
How cute is that?
Yeah, these are new. These are little sewing kits. All your little essential sewing goodies. There's a wool version and a cotton version. And of course, new Christmas. Always have to have that.
I love your Santas.
Always. And the quilt is new. Most everything's fairly new, but this is brand new. It's a kid dance quilt.
And don't you dye some of your own
I dye wool. I dye my own wool, but I don't dye the hand-dyed Osnaburg. Fiber on a Whim does that.
Okay.
And then
It's lovely.
I have a dyer that dyes my linen, so I use linen rayon.
Would I ever wear this apron to actually do anything?
Yes,
Except
you
stand there,
would.
beautiful
You
in my
look
kitchen.
great in your kitchen or anywhere. You could almost wear it.
I know, it's so cute.
Yeah. Maybe we should put it on you and you can walk around with it, huh?
Okay.
So, and my...
No,
Cut.
she's a rough one right there.
Take 40. Take 40.
You got,
So here I am. Here I am with Barbara Foster, who is part of Handy Hands. Is that what we're called? Handy Hands Inc. And it's tatting, which is a lost art that needs to be revived, along with knitting, quilting, all that. But tatting really needs to be saved. So, just to give you an idea, it's lace.
It's lace making, that is
Lace
correct.
making. So tell us just a short history of that.
It dates back into the late 1800s, the needle tatting does. There's a couple of ways that you can tat. You can use a shuttle or you can use a needle. Shuttle is very difficult to learn, but with needle tatting, you're just going to take your thread and then you're just going to put it behind here. Just wrap it around your finger, come around, put it on the needle. That's like the cast-on stitch for knitting.
Knitting, yeah.
Okay, now we're going to mirror that and go the opposite way around our finger. Bend the finger, always take it off towards the end of your fingernail. Once you put it on, that is the double stitch and that is the only stitch in tatting. There's no other stitch in tatting.
No way.
None. So
Wow.
if you were to just close up on this little piece that you had here, you can actually see it's the same knot repeated time and time again, whether you're using the needle or the shuttle. Wow. I wrote books on it and I've been in business for like 25 years. So you just repeat it. First half, second. To make a picot, you do the first half and stop it. Second half, once that knot's made, guess what you have?
Oh, look at
A
that.
picot. And then once you have all the stitches on the needle, I'm going to go fast here so I can do it. You just hold it, pull it then off over the eye of the needle, and you just keep pulling. And this one here, I've got a very, very, very small ring. I just did a few
Oh, look at how cute that is. So you have all the thread, all the correct needles, the book, and then I love these.
The holders, yes.
The holders. So good. Yeah.
I need one of those.
And you can put it on quilts, as you can see. We've got a quilt hanging back there.
Crazy quilt.
Crazy quilts, yes. Got one there, and on this side also. So you can embellish.
I do a real quick demonstration.
This is absolutely stunning.
So tatting can be used to embellish anything you can imagine.
Yeah, the shuttle, we have a shuttle here.
I can't believe it's basically one stitch. Yes. My girlfriends and I were talking about that just last week, tatting. I thought, oh, that's too complicated for me. But one stitch.
Yep, one stitch. One stitch and down.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's an old rock.
Just have a little garbage can. 3-minute explanation and demo would be great.
Alrighty. Okay. So, welcome to Fusamat. So, this is our Fusamat. It's
Talk a little louder.
oh, sorry. It's designed to be nice and sticky. So, have a feel.
Yeah, it's very sticky.
Yeah. So that it doesn't slide around on the surface you put it on, and your applique won't slide around on the top of it. So you can juggle your applique over to the iron without losing the bits and pieces. Alright. So we've done our cutting and tracing, and we've got our fusible on the back, and we peel our paper to expose our fusible. Right? So once we've done that, we can place it around where we want it to go. Because it's see-through, you can put your placement guides down and you can see through it. Okay, so you can place everything where you want it to go, and you can iron it straight down onto the top. Alright, I don't need to cover it up with anything, I can iron it straight on the top. Okay, the reason for that is we've got a whole lot of technology inside the mat, and what happens is when we melt our fusible, if we think for a minute what our fusibles do, they're a heat activated glue. I liken them to cheese because everybody knows how cheese works. You stick it under the grill, it melts and it spreads out. Okay, and currently our fusing mats that we use and our sheets that we put over the top, they're smooth. So when you melt something on something smooth, it allows it to spread out. Okay, there's nothing stopping it. So what we've done is we've put a grid inside the mat. Between the grid, there's a little air pocket. And so when you apply some heat down on top of it, it creates a little vacuum which sucks the glue down and onto the fabric. So it allows it to melt, but it doesn't allow it to do the spready out thing to go up into your iron. So no more glue on your iron. So there's my iron. No more glue on my iron. It's hot. My iron's hot. Yep. And you can feel there that it's hot. I've just had some heat on top of it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow that to cool for a second, and then I will just peel it off. Okay. And you can see there all my glue is there and intact. There's the pieces there, and none of it got left behind on my mat. Alright, so now I can take that and I can audition where I want that to go on my background fabric. I can iron it down and then I can start sewing.
That is great.
So if I want that on a black background, I can try it out before I buy. Pretty much.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Right. So now when we go to look after our mat, we can store it any way we like. Okay? It does not care. It'll just bounce back. So if you want to fold it, you fold it. If you want to roll it, you roll it. Okay? The only thing you do have to do is give it a wash every now and then, because at the moment half the carpet's coming up and settling on it, and dust out of the air and fibres off your fabric and threads off your next to where you're working, they'll all land on it because it's nice and sticky. And so you just rinse it out under warm water, give it a good shake, and you're back to being nice and sticky.
That is great. Thank you very much.
So lots of sizes available. We've got, I'll show you there, so our 12-inch square, which is this one, our 12 by 18 inches, which is 45 centimetres by 30, which is our second one. We've got our American big board size, which is the one in front there, which is the third one down. We have 40 inches square, which is big, 60 inches by 40. So those ones are designed for groups and guilds so that they can set up an ironing surface. They can put 4 or 5 irons around it. Everybody can get at it. You're not destroying irons anymore, and good to go. So thanks for coming to find me at Fusamat. And if anybody wants to order one, they're at fusamat.com, www.fusamat.com.
Okay.
And there's little videos there that tell you all about it, or you can find you on YouTube.
Yeah, there you go.
I tore a right, and so what's happening is this side's real far.
I don't want to know about like who has taken vacation and can you take vacation because that one can't take vacation. Like, I hate that.
You know what? I haven't chewed it yet. I'll let you know though. I'll bring it over.
I want to see it. No, I'm honest. I really want to see it.
I want to show it to you.
Okay.
I'll get them to ring it.
Can I use my pad?
Yeah, sure.
To challenge us. Yes. Yeah. And though we don't get bored. Little pen cushion.
I want to move in.
Yeah. And that pouch is just. In my mind.
Guess what, girlfriends? I'm here at Arrow Sewing Cabinets, and look at what they got. And they have absolutely the most wonderful sewing cabinets. Because look at, instead of thread, I never thought to store my candy here. But, you know, you learn something at Quilt Market every single time you come.
Come back.
Now you know where you can get your chair. That rhymed. We have a YouTube channel, and I write for the show. But I have one there. Well, I finally found the booth I was looking for all day yesterday. And here I am with Traditional Primitives, Missy Carpenter. That's what she goes by.
Yep.
And she's going to talk to you about her new line of fabric and what she's up to.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for watching. This is my new line of fabric here. I'll let you pan down there. It's from Blank Quilting, and it's called Ginger and Spice.
I love the name.
Yep. It's kind of spicy colored, so it's rich and deep and warm in color. We've got several different textures in there, so it has that woolly looking effect to the texture, as well as those warm colors that I love to use. So I'm really excited to have this in hand. I got the fabric last Friday and made a quick quilt with it. So
wow.
Yeah.
You are quick.
Yep.
So Did you make this mat?
My girls make these for us.
Oh, and so do you sell them?
Yes.
Oh, good, because I love that.
We call it the Hexie pressing mat. It's just cute as can be.
Yes, and portable.
Yes, it's very lightweight and it's a flatter surface than most of them are cushy and squishy.
Right.
Because what we're doing with the fingertip stiletto and the starch brush, we're painting the starch around and then using the iron to set the shape. And I don't want to really touch this because it gets hot, so we can just move this around that slippery surface, and flatness keeps the paper stable and doesn't let it curl as much, so it works really good for the preparation. And then rather than applique, I'm using it for the English paper piecing.
Which I love.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yes.
Okay, so now you know where to go get it.
Very good.
Here's Marie with her new book.
Thank you.
You've got to look for it.
Okay, no, I did not. Okay.
Well, I found my teacher. Class is only a couple weeks away, or maybe a week.
Maybe a week.
Maybe a week away. So here she is all the way from down under, Jen Kingwell. And what's new?
Okay, so this market, my new fabric line for Moda. So this is called Looking Forward. So just once again inspired by vintage fabrics, great but with a bright colour palette. And so this quilt is made from that line.
I bought every piece of this at the Stitch and Post.
And so then we've just got some new templates. Delilah is the new quilt from me this year. And then we've got Sugar Rush, which is Michelle McKillop, and 4 O'Clock in Peru, which is Louise Pappas's new design.
That is
super, isn't it?
Oh.
Except that, and that's hexagons are just fabric, don't worry.
Oh,
She's not
good.
going to make you sew those little half-inch hexagons.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And then Lucy has a new one called Mindful, which is this little fellow here, which is so sweet. This is going to be a king-size quilt when it's finished. So it's a work in progress.
So remember that that clamshell pillow top that I'm making that I did the hand piecing on? It's her fault.
Yes.
That it's not done.
It is. But you got a lot done last time.
Yeah,
didn't you?
right.
Bring it to class.
I am. No, but I want to do the little city.
The My Small World.
Yeah, My Small World. I have that all ready to go, and I was torn, but why not start something new?
Exactly. Bring them both.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll bring them both.
Can't wait to see you. Okay. Thank you.
Off to work.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only like a week. I'm here in one of my favorite designers. And here's my UFO I'm working on right here hanging. But now I'm inspired to get it done. I have it almost done now that I look at that. Next camping trip, that's getting done. Okay?
I'd like to say this is one that did the chips yesterday. Thank you. Pudgy Parrot is the home for this little guy. So 2 different companies.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to? Is it going to be like an interview? Is he already running?
Yeah, he'll edit all that.
Oh,
okay. So your name is?
My name's Joan Ford.
Joan Ford, and where are you from?
I'm from Syracuse, New York.
Syracuse, New York.
Yes.
Wow.
Long way away. Other side.
Oh yeah, I lived when I was a baby in New York City, so I know.
I've been there. I've lived there actually.
So tell us about the Pudgy Parrot.
Pudgy Parrot. Parrot. Well, Pudgy Parrot is the company. Pudgy Parrot LLC. PudgyParrot.com is where Your Nest lives. Your Nest Organizer is brand new. It is brightly colored. See, where's your nest? So that's on the bottom. This was designed for quilters who have lots of rulers. Now we all have lots of rulers, and we have special projects that we're working on. So we pull out our special project we're working on right now, and that only uses 2 or 3 rulers. So we go to our stash of rulers, pull out those 2 or 3 rulers that we're going to do, and before you know it, on your cutting table,
our rulers.
Things get stacked up, the fabric's on top, where's your ruler? So now the question is, where's your nest? Because then what you're going to do is take your nest organizer. This section here is really nice to hold all of the rulers that you need just for that special project. It holds big rulers, small rulers, lots of different sizes. So on the back side, I'll just leave that there. The back side holds the rulers. little ones and big ones. So you can stack them up side by side. This front area is nice for your rotary cutter. And you see how the rotary cutter goes, the new Alpha rotary cutters go beautifully with some of the bright colors. And this front section is nice for pointy things or clips, or there you go. So your little extra tools that would flop around on the back section.
So they just have to ask their quilt shop to order this.
That's right. So they can, and quilt shops can order them at pudgyparrot.com. Individuals can order them at pudgyparrot.com as well.
Okay.
So
great.
Then next time somebody says, "Where's your nest?" you can say, "I have it right here."
I think I need my nest.
And I do want to, I only have one left of each of the blue and green colors.
So here I am, I finally found her, Lisa Von Gian, and here is the block of the week.
2018.
2018. So what made you decide to go with this color palette?
Some of you know that I've just moved into a brand new house 2 years ago, and it's on the lake, so it needs to be a little bit more brighter, a little bit more breezy type thing. So, you know, my primitive style has changed a little bit.
Right.
Just like, you know,
everybody
it
else.
happens, right?
Yeah, we grow, we change.
Yeah, so I still am working on a nice flannel here, but then this is the kind of the whole scheme of the whole quilt. And what's fun about this is every time you see this shape, it will always be this color, and it'll always have this thread. So when you see this shape, again, it'll always be this color. When you see it in the blocks, so here it is again, same thread. So there'll be like a little, what do you call it, a little diagram, and whenever you see this color, it's this thread and it's this shape. So we carried that out through the whole quilt, and this quilt is going to be amazing. So one of the things when you look at the blocks, like here they are on paper, and you'll see that the block fits in here, but yet when we cut it, we're going to cut it big, because when this block sews to this block, it's going to make this sashing, and I call it a faux sashing. So instead of cutting a block and sewing sashing in, this is going to be created just by sewing the bigger blocks together, and then this is where Linda's going to show off her fancy quilting in here. And the blocks are all divided by this space, so it'll carry out through the whole quilt. And it is a medallion quilt, so these are the outer 12 blocks. The inside block is one big block surrounded by an inner applique border. And then again on the outside it'll be a big applique border. So this wool one has really no piecing in it, just the blocks together. So it's going to be fantastic. It's beautiful. And what's nice about it is we've picked a couple different colors you can put it on.
Right, now there's this navy, and then there was
like a lake blue, more of a medium blue-gray type, and then there was red, but we only had a limited number of red. So you'll see them when we have a Facebook group. It'll be called Twilight Garden, and then it's a place where everybody can show their blocks, ask questions. I'll give some demos in there, and it'll be a lot of fun. And I really am enjoying being able to interact with the people right there, because I realize that not everybody can take a class from you.
Not everybody's going to go on a cruise just to see you.
Right.
So, although I did. I did do that. So, you don't have the background for the other two.
No, I don't, but it is super pretty.
Is it? Which one is going in your house?
This one.
This one. I love this one.
This is, you know, and what's funny is when you picture this, it looks black in the photos. Because it is such a nice deep navy. But, you know, you got to remember that whenever you see anything in a photograph or on Instagram or Facebook, everything always looks different. So much better in person.
So now, are we getting a freebie thing?
We are getting a freebie.
I love our freebie.
And the freebie is kind of, I don't want to show you too much because there's kind of something a little clever about the freebie this year. So, yeah, I did show some basket blocks, so it is basket themed. But I didn't want to show it too much. But yeah, you always get a freebie when you do the summer blocks of the week. And there is wool version, there is a pieced version, and then there is an English paper pieced quilt too. So we have 3 of them this year, and they're all amazing projects. Okay?
Well, there you go.
And our website is
do it.
primitivegatherings.us.